Greetings. In this video, I want to show you how to read an interactive analog English clock that looks like this, that has hands on it. Now, don't you feel guilty if you're even an adult and you don't know how to read a clock like this. A lot of people don't because they're used to the digital. And as a matter of fact, this is all we used to use. And then like in the 70s and the 80s, they started having digital clocks. And I remember going to my friend's house, and he had like an Atari. I'd always go to play Atari. And a digital clock was the first time I saw one of those at his house. And I was like, whoa, this is so cool, because this is all we used. Now, it's very simple to use. This is running by simple AA batteries. I'll show you how to use this little knob here to change the clock and how to read. Now, don't make things too complicated. You have a small hand right here. There's a small one, and then there's a long one right here, a long hand. This third hand that's going around real quick, that is your seconds. So it's going to take 60 seconds for that to go around one time. Ignore that. Pretend like that hand that's going around every 60 seconds, pretend like it doesn't exist, because you don't need to know that to really read the time. The short one represents the hour, and then the long one represents the minute. So what's going to happen is this long one here, it's going to take 60 full minutes for it to go around a whole time. And for the short one to go from 1 hour to the next is going to take a total of 60 minutes. So for the short one to go around the whole clock, it's going to take a whole 12 hours. Now you might be asking, well, how about AM and PM? On an analog clock like this, it doesn't exist. Pretend like it doesn't exist. Look outside. If it's daylight, it's pretty much PM. If it's dark, it's AM. So a clock like this usually does not read AM and PM. So get that out of your mind. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and move the dial here. And so what you're going to do is just follow this small hand right here. And pretend like we're going in real time, and we're going ahead in time, and it's taking 60 full minutes to go around. You see that small hand here? See how it's slowly going to the 10? So right now we're at 9:30. And of course, this represents 30. This represents minute 45. And this is the top of the hour. At number 12 is the top of the hour. And then at 3, we're at 15. So right now, we're at 9:30. Oh, wrong direction. 9:35. 9:40. 9:45. 9:50. 9:55. And all of a sudden, now it's 10 o'clock. So you saw there, it took 60 minutes for it to go to 9 to 10, because there's 60 minutes in an hour. All right, let's go to 11 o'clock. Let's say it's AM. Again, it doesn't matter, right? All right. 10:05. Whoops. 10:06. Whoop. 10:07. Whoop. 10:10. 10:15. 10:20. And so on. 10:40. And you see that small hand is gradually going. How do you know it's not 11 yet? Because that small hand has not reached the 11 yet. So it takes 1 full hour for the small hand to go from one number to the very next. And once that small hand is past that number, then you know it's on the way to the next number. Now it's on the way to 12. So now we're at 11:30, 11:35, 11:50, 11:55, and now we're at 12. And then so on. All right, if you look at the little knob like this, this is what I use to change the clock. All right, if I want to move up an hour or up several hours, I'm actually turning this knob counterclockwise, like this, going in this direction. So as you see here, I'm going counterclockwise, going like this. And as you see, as I'm turning, still going counterclockwise, I'm going forward. Now, conversely, if I go clockwise and go the opposite direction, now we're going back in time. So going clockwise, now we're going back in time. Now you might ask about daylight savings time. Unfortunately, with these old analog clocks, you have to do the adjustment yourself. So if you have to move up an hour, for example, it's daylight savings time. I think the term is if it's in fall, autumn, you fall back, and then if you're in spring, near the summer, you spring forward. So let's say right now we're at 11. Now I'm going to spring forward to 12 because it's closer to springtime. So what I have to do, I have to go counterclockwise to get to 12. So counterclockwise, 12. And then when November comes, when I fall back, I'll have to go clockwise and go this way. Now, for whatever reason, if your clock doesn't work any longer, or it's losing time and it's slow, most likely you're going to need to change this AA battery. Most of them have AA, some might have triple, some might actually have 2 triples or 2 AA. Just change the battery. But they're very well made, and I love clocks like this. Let me know what you think about this video. Make sure you subscribe. Thanks so much.